Diamonds. Hello everyone, odedex here. Welcome to episode 48 of S02E48 Let's Play. So I've been doing quite some changes while off screen. As you can see, mainly my laboratory has been changed. To some suggestions in the comments, I've decided to add a fourth alembic and actually push the crucible down into the ground so I can still access it. And there is actually another alembic collecting aspects, and I've increased basically more to have more jars available. So my golems can start collecting things easier. I decided to, since I found a couple of soul stealing enchants, I've decided to make my vials for the soul stealer 5 and actually also add an unbreaking enchant to it, because I did some testing and I figured out that I was mistaken. Soul stealer enchant cannot be applied to a Sword of the Zephyr, only to a vial sword. So I gave it also an unbreaking so it will last longer. And while doing so, I actually got myself a tier 4 cow shard. So I'm going to pretty much address this episode, going to build my farm, my cow farm. And another thing, in my mining age, my quarries, these two quarries are, I'm not going to, you know what, yeah, I'm going to. Let's get to the bottom of them. It will take some time though. Alright, so as you can see, these two quarries are pretty much the same height, which is on my right side of the screen. You can see I'm at height 3. And if I break like one layer of blocks or two, you'll see that underneath that's a bedrock. Yeah, I don't know if you can see it on YouTube, but that's bedrock. So like 2 more layers, these two quarries will be finished. So this is why I also turned on the other 2 quarries. I changed their conduits to be accepting power, so this is also why they're sending some cobblestone, so that the small time window where these two are not running anymore, at least I'm not wasting time. Even though it's just a tiny bit of time, but yeah, why not? And one other thing is I noticed that the balance of power, or the balance of upgrades, have changed. So I've actually upgraded this recycler to have 10 overclocker upgrades, and I noticed previously it didn't work like this. I mean, right now if it is accepting power, if it has things to go to, you can see that it's permanently working, which is something that wasn't like this before. So I've changed that and I added 2 overclockers so it can run faster. Now obviously I'm stuck with this in my inventory, but yeah. Alright, so also again, off screen I decided that I don't really like the fact that if all those generators are full, I'm wasting blaze rods. Like, I don't like the fact that if there is nowhere for them to go, then I'm throwing them away. So I've decided to actually add a third priority, like instead of throwing them away, which is basically another generator around here that will have room for it to burn all the excess blaze rods. So I'm actually thinking about the design on how to incorporate that. I'm pretty sure I'm simply going to add another MFSU here, so there is another power buffer for this entire system. And right next to it I'm going to have that extra generator that will be burning the last priority blaze rods. So I think, yeah, I'm just going to create another MFSU with all that UU matter, because again, I don't really have a use for all of that UU matter yet. And just creating diamonds. Oh, I forgot that I have so many diamonds now. My bad, I don't actually need that. I keep forgetting, I'm not used to having diamonds, that's the problem. Okay, so I'm just gonna create that and be right back. Alright, so I got my MFSU and generator, and actually also just quickly created a chest here that will be all my industrial craft things, because my chest that I used for general mode stuff is full, so can't use it anymore. Okay, so this will be relatively simple. The idea here is to replace one of those wires, and just heard a wisp. Replace one of those wires with an MFSU, specifically this wire, cable, whatever. Replace it with an MFSU, like this. So the output is still here, just as basically right now it simply acts as a small buffer. There is nothing too special about it, but I do want to connect my generator here. So basically all the excess power from this blaze rod system will be coming to my mass fabrication only for the time being. Now I just need to route the tubing network here. Again, this will be the the third priority. First one being my generators for my system. Second one being my storage barrel. Third one being this. So let me see how can I get all the tubings here. It shouldn't be too much of a problem. I just need to get the proper placement done because I don't exactly recall where everything is. So yeah, let me see. Alright, so connect it all together. Did some fancy tubing network. So the generator goes right down. And yeah, I can already see some blaze rods because I didn't place the restriction tubes yet. But yeah, it goes right outside my Thumbcraft room and basically right here. So just need the restriction tubes here. It should be fine. Let me get those. Basically, I'm just gonna break down my second priority network right now, which is going into a void pipe, and replace those restriction tubes there. Well, nothing too complicated about it, so I can take these two tubes, or not tubes, but pipes down. Actually, like to have them. And take down this, this, and this. Again, I'd actually like to have those. Okay, there we go. Okay, so my blaze rod's coming from here. I'm gonna replace these two tubes with restriction tubes. There we go. And it's pretty much done. Very simple. So blaze rods coming from the collector are first, this tube is 10,000 tubes away, this one is 5,000 tubes away, so it's rather prefer going to go over there into my generators, and if they're full, it will first try to get back here because this one is only 5,000 tubes away, and only if this is full, it will try and go over there, which is 10,000 tubes away. And I think that generator, which is constantly running, in contrast to my sorting, or not sorting, but processing system generators, which only run when they're needed, is pretty much as good as a void pipe, because it's, yeah, it burns a blaze rod every 30 seconds or so, and it burns it fast enough to actually suffice as kind of a void pipe thingy. I don't know why the numbers don't fluctuate here the same way they fluctuate here. What's the difference? Like, this is not consuming any more power. Why does it look different? It's actually quite interesting. Let me get my EU reader. Actually, it's here. I want to see what's the difference. Okay, so power inputted here is 237, and here is actually slightly more for some reason, and here is, well, yeah, it's a little bit more because I have my generator, but how can this be more? I think I may want to replace these cables with fiber cables. Yep, I think that may be some sort of a problem because I may be generating a lot more energy than these cables can carry. I don't know. Let's just create some more and rule that thing out. So let's get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and some glass. Get that recipe. No, wrong. Glass ID. That recipe. Just replace all those cables with the glass fibers. Okay, now how much power is flowing here? Yeah, now 260. So yeah, those cables probably were losing some energy on the way. Yeah, and these do not. So I get 20 for the first one, 40 because it's cumulative, so 20 and plus 20, 60, 80, this will be 120, 160, 200, 240, and 260, because this generator directly injects its energy here, so 260 in, 256 out. Why? Oh, because it's fluctuating, I guess. And yeah, a little bit more because I'm having the generator here. Okay, seems fine. So, since I have my tier 4 soul shard of cows, I think, as you can see, I've already prepared pretty much everything else I need to create the trap or the farm, so I can finally start having... It's quite ridiculous because by the time now that I have so many leather, or at least I don't need as much leather, now I finally automated it. So it's quite ridiculous, or I don't know. It's slightly funny, to be honest, but yeah. So I'm gonna start building the trap. I'm gonna probably build it somewhere around here, so all those animal traps are relatively close by. Yeah, probably something around here. This chunk is also... I also want to build it somewhere which is already loaded by chunk loader. That's also the thing. I don't want to add an additional chunk loader. So maybe put it... yeah, I think, you know what, I'm actually gonna put it somewhere around here. It's gonna be very, very simple, nothing too much about it. Alright, so yeah, got a 9x9 with a hollow 7x7 inside, 3 high, my usual zirconium blocks and some glass because I like the way they look. And I will need some relay, which I actually forgot to bring. And pretty much the same idea, a wooden golem will be collecting things to go down into a relay system, which will be collected into barrels. Let me get those. Okay, so the relay facing down, and I can already, you know what, I'm not going to place my golem worker yet because it's going to go crazy with things you'd like to collect from around the area. I don't really want that. Can break that. And have all the things that you collect go for the side, which is where I'm going to have my barrels. This, and for now I brought 4 barrels. I may need more, I don't think so. Basically I just need leather and meat, and I really don't plan to get like 1,000 stacks barrels here. There is no point. Once I have 64 leather, that's pretty much good, but you know what, I just place 3 if I missed anything. Again, for the experience I really don't care. I may be able to collect it for the same area pretty much from here over there, but I genuinely don't care. It will be too much of a hassle to actually get it done than do it like this. Okay, so let's place down the golem worker here. Now, the thing is about the tier 4 traps, the main feature about them is that they will still work while I'm not around. This is why I was waiting till I got tier 4. But the problem is, air quoting problem, because it's not really a problem, is that they will ignore... oh, I got the wrong chart. They will ignore redstone signals, so you can't turn them off. The only way to turn them off is simply break them, which is something I don't plan to do, but then again, those are cows. They're not enemies, they're not creepers or anything. So in case I do want to come inside and break it, there is no big deal about it. Oh, that was just the old shard. My bad. I did have the proper shard on me. So yeah, there is no real problem to turn it off if I do turn it off, but it cannot be as simple as a redstone signal. Okay, so actually let's place the iron golems first. Again, I made those smart golems. And you know what, I may not need to give them visors, but let's... Okay, so they look awesome. I want them to attack animals, not monsters. So if there are creepers around the trap, they will ignore them. Only animals. And you can only do it with a smart one, I think. You cannot do it otherwise. And give the spawner the shard. It will spawn slightly slower than a tier 5. Not by much, but will be slightly slower. And they should start spawning any second now. Okay, the cows refuse to spawn, and I have a feeling I know why. I think cows will only spawn on grass or on dirt, otherwise they will not spawn. That's again a spawning rule of vanilla Minecraft. Let me get some dirt and replace all the floor, yeah, with dirt instead of those aquarium blocks, so they have something to spawn on. I also just brought the medium stone, so I can turn all of this dirt into grass. I don't know. Cows may also spawn on like plain dirt, but I don't know. I don't want. I'm just trying to rule out all the possible problems. So they just, yeah, just isolating the problems. I want to make sure that, like, I know that for a fact they can spawn on grass, no problem. Just want to make sure that that's not a problem. Okay, so again, placing down this, or maybe because it's in the air. I don't know. That's the thing. I just don't want this to be another problem. So placing down the cow shard. Yep. Okay. So they spawn on grass, no problem. Placing down my golem, which should be taking care of things. And there we go. Got my automatic leather and meat farm. Can get this away from here. And this in here. I don't need the dirt here. Okay, so I'm gonna let it run for a while. I just want to make sure that I didn't miss anything that can be dropped from cows as well. And they just drop meat and leather as far as I know. I don't know, maybe I missed some rare diamond block that they can drop 1 in a million times. I don't know. Just kidding here, but, you know, just leaving it to make sure. And just making sure for the last time that I'm indeed in my chunk loading area. I should be without any problems. Yeah, really no problem here. So this farm will stay loaded forever, basically, in theory. And keep collecting meat and leather very easily. Now thinking about it, I may actually not need the golems here at all. I think cows may actually drop leather and meat even if they're drowned, for example, so I could just have them spawning over water and then being drowned. I'm not sure about it, but yeah, I'm not really low on resources to afford the golems or anything. I don't really mind having them here. And I really like them. They're awesome. Those mini Robocop golems with their visors. Alright, so I came here to take a quick peek in my generator, and apparently, yeah, I am still generating more power. Like this. I'm considering having like another generator in here, which is actually very simple to expand since the way I built it. But I don't really know. Yeah, because of this, that means I'm having bouncing blaze rods in my tubing network. Yep, this is happening. Okay, let's add another generator. Let's expand here, change it a little bit, and just add another generator. I don't really want those bouncing things in my game. Those eventually start reducing FPS, create lag, and so on and so on. I really will prefer to avoid it if I can do so. Let's see how I'm gonna do that. I'm pretty sure I will need my wrench. Yep. Should be relatively simple. Let's do something like this. First, take down the tubes, sorry, and take this off. And it's actually should be very simple. Let's have another generator here and here. This one will have power coming out of it. If I'm gonna have even more, then you can just keep expanding like this. Assuming I don't, can just connect them like so. So this way I've just increased how much I can create, and I specifically lowered it one block lower because I don't want the generators to connect here to that network. I want them to go into this buffer here, that MFSU buffer specifically designed to power the fabricator and my recycler. I don't want it to be a part of my other network here, which I'm probably going to expand on in the future. For now I don't, but yeah. Okay, so let's give it some time, see if this can manage the amount of blaze rods that I produce. However, for a fact, the moment my quarries will be finished, and it's gonna take some time, but the moment I finish up building my next generation resource creation, those generators will be running full time, pretty much. And then all the things that I made, that small contraption that I made here is pretty much rendered useless because I'm not going to have any spare blaze rods. But yeah, and actually it will be a good time. I'm still seeing Nicolite and Redstone, so that means those quarries are still running, but I'm not exactly sure how. They should have been finished by now. Yep, somehow they're still running. Oh no, wait, this one stopped. But this one is running. How is there a difference between them? Oh, because I built this one earlier. Yeah, okay, my bad. Let's see, how deep is this one? Okay, so I'm 8 layers not deep enough. So I'm gonna give it some more time. In the meantime, I can do something that I really like doing and take away all the water blocks from my already finished quarry. I really like doing that. Seeing how the water physics in Minecraft work. Okay, so first break down the quarry. I don't need it anymore. Can do this. I will need to collect it. I prefer to do so. Not actually know when will I need any more quarries, but yeah. And take that water source blocks off, or away to be more precise. Simply gonna place a block on them like this. And you can see the water starting to disappear very slowly. They don't disappear immediately, and actually, yeah, that processing is kind of killing the game slightly, but I really like doing it. Okay, so I broke all the water sources, and you can see now that the process is a lot slower because the game needs to calculate those 4 processes at the same time, and the way water physics work in Minecraft, that's gonna take a while. And also, since I forgot actually about that, I'm gonna turn off this quarry. I could also turn off the other quarry, just the same, but yeah, I just want to make sure there is more power routed here, because actually I planned on those quarries reaching the floor bed at the same time, so I can start building whatever I want. But since that's not the case, I'm gonna route a little bit more power here. Again, there is no point in turning this off, or actually maybe there is, because the power generated is more than the power consumed by one quarry, so eventually this will fill up. But you know what, let's give it that additional kick. Let's let it consume as much power as it can, which I think is 100 Minecraft joules per tick, so it can reach the bottom as fast as possible. Okay, so I created a waypoint here named Ground Zero, because this is pretty much where I'm going to begin my processes, and I'd actually like to start venturing into this area to see if there is any special thing here, like a dungeon or anything else that's interesting. Because I'm going to start chunk loading into here anyway. Like, it's not like I'm creating a larger save file or anything. I am, but it's gonna happen anyway. It's quite inevitable. So I'd actually like to see if there's anything interesting here. Like, again, one of those Thumbcraft dungeons, or maybe a village. Is there a village in this age? I don't remember. So yeah. Okay, so I ventured like what, 400 meters away. Didn't find too much, so I'm not gonna go any further. Not to inflate the file size even more, because I don't know if I'm gonna get that far anyway. So yeah. Okay, so I decided to come here to the Nether to take a look on my pumping operation. It's still running, so that's good. At least I don't know, whatever caused it, that problem at the first time. I don't know if that the fact that I wasn't chunk loading far enough or whatever. But now it works, so still works at least, so it's pretty good. I actually want to quickly check whether or not that lava layer I can see here is sources or flowing. I think it's still source. Let's get rid of this bucket and quickly check if I can bucket this layer out. Yep, it's still a source. I think, however, that's like the last layer before I can hit the ground. Like this, the fact that I just pulled the bucket from here, it was the netherrack underneath. I think that wasn't just an unlucky thing, that's actually the last layer. You can see the damage the amount of lava that I've pulled here. Like there's a 3-layer difference between the sea level of lava and the actual my current level. Okay, so you may have noticed previously, or like a couple of minutes ago, that I've been looking into a graviton suit because I don't know if I have the required materials, but I was starting to look into it to see what I can start doing towards it. It's really something I aim towards getting eventually. So I think I should actually at least start with the quantum suit. So let's get that made. That will be the first step towards it. So actually let's get diamonds. Ooh, I like having a stack of diamonds. That's so much fun. You have no idea. Let me actually clear my inventory first. Alright, so I also started compressing some advanced alloys and now raw carbon mesh, mainly because I need it for both for the quantum suit, and I have a blaze rod that managed to escape. Not a blaze rod, but a blaze. Slightly annoying, actually. I don't like that. But I think they die in daylight, don't they? Like eventually you will die. Or something. I don't know. Okay, so 4 of those. I do have a spare of 3. So I can create at least the quantum, not the quantum, the nano. Or actually no, the nano one. So surround a diamond with redstone, place this in the middle, and raw carbon mesh, and that's a nanosuit. Now for the actual quantum, I'm going to need a lapotron crystal, so that means lapis, some more of those circuits. Actually I forgot my circuits are here now. My spare circuits. I need only 1 lapotron, right? Yeah, okay. So what am I missing? Oh, I need 1 of those redstone diamonds again. There we go. And I will also need advanced alloys and iridium plates, which I don't think I have. It's probably be the time to create some more of those. We do have 1 iridium plate. Yeah. Let's just get some more iridium altogether. So, okay, you can't actually do that, unfortunately. So, iridium ore. Alright. 4 corners with a diamond. No, not a diamond. Diamond is in the middle with this. How many do I need? 4. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. I already have 1. And the lapotron which I made, and advanced alloys, I should have everything I need. There we go. Okay, so I got this. I'm not actually going to wear it yet because this doesn't let me fly, and I really like having the jetpack. So I'm just gonna keep it for now, but I can also start looking towards other things as well. So the HV transformer, I think that's actually the cheapest thing in the entire recipe, so let's actually get that. I will need another one of those diamonds. This one. I will also need, apparently something that I'm not familiar with, this 4 double insulation HV cable. How do you make that? Oh, that's the refined iron cable. Okay. I think I'm actually gonna need more of those in the future. Should just, let's just make them. I will need some rubber as well, of course. So, let's see. Okay. Let's do this, and this is normal insulation, this is double insulation, this is quattro insulation. Okay. So this, and an MV transformer, simple, just machine block, and 2 wires, and the last thing is an electronic circuit, which I actually just ran out. Okay, so I got some copper cables, and I can get the electronic circuit. Let's just get 4, and I can have the HV transformer ready as well. Okay, what else can I do right now? Let's do the ultimate lab pack. So I'm gonna need first a lab pack, so that's a bat pack. So that's tin and 6 batteries. I think I will need some more batteries for that. Yep, there is a lot of recipes within recipes for the graviton suit, which is like, I would prefer if I could just like throw in 9 blocks of diamond and just give me what I need. Like, I just not a big fan of creating things over and over and over and over and over again. And I need some copper cabling. Okay, so copper cables. Let's do this and this. Okay, so batteries. Let's just get a bunch. I always need batteries and I always am too lazy to craft them. So 16 batteries. Okay, so for the backpack I need 6 batteries, tin, and this thing. I will need more tin. Okay, so lab pack. What am I missing? Oh, it's the wrong. Oh, I forgot that Industrial Craft and NEI don't like each other. Okay, so I got my backpack. And for the lab pack, I'm gonna need an advanced circuit, so that lapis and redstone and glowstone. Redstone, lapis, and glowstone. And actually, you're gonna need lapis lazuli blocks, so a lot of those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 1 advanced circuit, and I should have what I need for the lab pack. Okay, now for the ultimate lab pack. That's gonna be requiring a lot of things. There is also the advanced lab pack apparently. Why would you use... You can have the lab pack, you can have the advanced lab pack. The other ingredients are the same, but you get the same result. Why would you waste another advanced circuit and a lapotron crystal? I don't know. Well, anyway, the episode has reached quite a good length, I think. Let's see how is my cow farm doing. Yep, already 4 stacks of leather and 9 stacks of meat. This is gonna get full very fast. So yeah, pretty happy with the result of the farm. It's working, unlike my other farm that I've tried previously with the skeletons. This one is finally working, so I'm in a good mood. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. See you guys next time.